Good evening. Welcome to Capping Corner. This week we're going to go over the Stephen Foster Stakes. It's on Saturday at Churchill Downs, and it's an 8-horse field for older horses. They're going to go 9 furlongs, and the favorite's going to be Tom Statot. And this is an old horse. He's 7 years old, but he's in great form. He won the Fayette Stakes, he won the Clark Stakes, and most recently, he won the Oaklawn Mile. And I was impressed. I think it was handwritten as he passed improbable. That horse went on to win the Hollywood Gold Cup, so I think it was a good race. What do you think of Tom Statot?
Yes, Dr. Tat is, although he's a 7 years old, he's in really top form. And since he has 7 races in a row, recording triple digits speed figure. And his last race was over a mile, and he was able to catch improbable in the next race, won the Gold Cup at Santa Anita. And I think the 9 furlongs will be okay for him. And the pace scenario also suits perfect for him since I see some speed in the race. I think he's the legit first choice. And okay, now he's switching from Joel Rosario to Miguel Mena, but I think there is a small factor. Miguel Mena is also a good rider.
Yeah, Tom Statot could win on rain or on a sloppy track. He could win on a fast track. Um, he's very versatile. How low do you think his odds will be? 8-5, 7-5.
And I think he's going to be maybe 7-5, something like that.
Yeah, but
Yes,
obviously he's the best horse.
yes, and I like his stalking style. He can sit behind the speed, and he showed a really nice late kick last time out.
Speaking of speed, how about by my standards? He likes to show speed. In most of his races, he tracks the leader in second, and then he takes over on the turn, and then he holds on in the stretch. And he comes off a win in the Oaklawn Handicap. And before that, he won the New Orleans Classic, and he also won an optional claimer at Fairgrounds. And he's obviously in the best form of his life. He's an improved 4-year-old. My worry is that he just worked a bit too hard in the Oakland Handicap, and I don't know. Is that a sign that he's not good enough, or did he just beat good horses in the Oakland Handicap? You're saying that it may be a sign he's not good enough.
I think he's okay. He's a very nice horse, and according to Brisnet, he's improving his numbers each start. However, last time out, he beat horses that I think has some distant limitations. He beat Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze. I think he's more a miler. He beat World Charge, Trophy Chaser, and that's all. And okay, this time he will face another speed, Pirate's Punch. Pirate's Punch. Now, okay, last time he Lennery tried to ride him because he started on the far outside. I think that was a mistake since this horse looks like a one-dimensional horse. This time, okay, I think Mike Smith will send him and play Come and Catch Me.
Yeah, I think so too. It is Mike Smith, so I generally believe that Mike Smith lets his speed horses go. I don't think he tries to rate speed horses, and this horse does have a lot of speed. I don't know if he couldn't get the front because of the outside post last time, because when I watched the replay, Corey Lannery wasn't in a hurry to urge him out of the gate, and I don't know, maybe they're trying to teach him something new. But I don't think Pirates Punch is good enough to win this race. Maybe a piece, but I don't think he's going to get the top spot.
No, I think he's not good enough to win, but will be a really important factor in the race. I think he's going to set some fast fractions, and by my standards, I think would have a hard time chasing the speed.
So you think he's going to wear out by my standards and possibly eliminate him from the trifecta?
Yes, I think, especially because Paris punching now on the inside. I see him running on the lead.
But by my standards isn't going to duel with him, I think. I think he's going to sit maybe one length off of him.
Yes, okay, but it's not the same to have an uncontested lead to try to stop the pace with this kind of horses.
Right.
This is a speedball Pirates Punch.
You don't see the 9 furlongs as a problem for Pirates Punch?
It's a problem. I think he's not a 9 furlong horse. He's better on 1 mile or 1/16. I don't see him winning, or I think he's going to fade a bit on the stretch. And he can pick up fourth place or third place at his best.
Do you think Silver Dust will get into the speed mix? Maybe contest a pace even with Pirates Punch?
No, I think Paris Punch have really more speed in the mine shaft. Silver Dust just ran around 3 lengths behind Paris Punch. See the mine shaft? Yeah, in the first call, 3 lengths behind Pirates Punch.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about the closers. Owen Dale is on the outside, and he comes off a win in the Blame Stakes at 1 mile, but he has experience at 9 furlongs. He won the Oklahoma Derby, he won the Ohio Derby, and he also finished third in the Preakness, and he won the Lexington Stakes at 8.5 furlongs. I think this is an improved horse. I know he only won Grade 3 races last year, but I think he could move forward. I don't think 9 furlongs is a problem. He could get enough speed to set up his kick. What do you think?
Yes, I think Owendale really likes this distance. Since he has 3 wins, he has 2 wins in 3 starts, 2 wins and 1 second. His second place was Clark Handicap Grade 1. He was second to Tom Setat that day. The distance is very good for him, and he will get advantage of a pace duel that I expect him. I think he's the horse to pick the second place. I think only if Tom Setat don't fire, Owendale can win.
Yeah, he might need a fast pace, or at least a moderate pace. I like that trainer Brad Cox tends to win at Churchill Downs, and whenever he teams up with Florent Geroux, they tend to win a lot. According to Timeform US, they hit at 24% together. So I think he's going to fire.
Yeah, the only bad race from him lately has been Travers, and he was fifth, 5 lengths to Out of Honor, and the Breeders' Cup that he never showed up.
Right. With a lot of horses, you can just cross out the Breeders' Cup and the Kentucky Derby. Those are different kinds of races. Do you want to talk about Peerless on the rail? He comes off a win. He comes off a win locally in an optional claimer. And the problem with him is that he starts off very slowly. He starts off like a turtle out of the gate. But once he gets going, he makes up a lot of ground in the stretch. And he did that in the optional claiming win. He won by 2.25 lengths over top seed and done it. And 2 starts ago, he was runner-up to Dump at Oaklawn. 3 starts ago, he was in the New Orleans Classic, and he finished 6th, but I thought he had a trouble trip, so I think I can forgive that race. He didn't have room in the stretch, and he got shut off towards the finish line. Do you forgive his New Orleans Classic?
Yes, his New Orleans Classic, his a big step up in class from optional claiming of $25,000 to a grade 2. And he also was the favorite of the race. He's a horse that usually has some troubles in the trip. I don't like that he's on the rail because he tends to break a bit slow. I think he's a horse with some talent, with a lot of talent, and he can move forward. He still has a room to improve, but like I said, I don't like the post position. I think he can run very well, but I don't see him winning the race. He's a horse I can use underneath.
Yeah, the rail is a concern. I think he needs to be on the outside to get the engine rolling, and once the engine's rolling, then he could win. But he'll need to find a way outside.
Okay, I think this is a horse that would like the distance 9 furlongs or more. So he's a horse with a bright future, and if he's still improving, I think we can see him in the BC Classic at 10 furlongs.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I was impressed with his optional claiming win. I thought he overcame a slow pace. Um, and he's also a half brother to a horse named Just Whistle, if you recognize him, who is an okay horse. He has a good future.
Okay. This other horse do you want to talk about? Your Alcatan, now you're off that horse.
I picked that horse
And
last year, and I don't remember where he finished. He might have been last.
in the Stephen Foster, he was 11th. Yes, was of 12 horses.
No,
Second lap.
I watched his most recent race on June 7, and he did win. He did beat Bourbon Resolution, and he did beat Core Believes. But I watched him, and the jockey really had to urge him in the stretch, and I don't like to see that. I think if he had to go all out to beat that field, he's not going to beat this field.
Okay. And finally, the last horse is Multiplier. He ran last week, and just got defeated by Axman by a nose. Is he outclassed here?
I think so. I know Peter Miller trains him, and some people say Peter Miller moves up horses, but I can't pick him. Not off a loss to Axman. I don't think Axman is that good in the first place.
Yes, I'm agree with you. Okay, that's all the field. So give me your picks for this race.
So I'll stick with Owendale and Fearless, but I'm saying that Tom Todd and By My Standards could win. It's just that their value is probably going to be really low. Obviously, Tom Todd is the best horse, but officially, my picks are Owendale and Fearless. How about you?
Okay, I think Tom Stettat is going to win the race. If for some reasons he really doesn't show up, Owendale is the horse to win the race. And my third choice is a horse, okay, that is more a horse to use underneath. And he is fearless.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Fearless can find his way outside somehow and run in the clear rather than run in the pocket. We'll see.
Okay. So, like you see, I'm betting by my standard out of the exotic place.
Um, I guess that's okay, but if you're going to play a multi-race wager, you might want to use By My Standards as a backup for anyone that's
Oh, yeah.
watching.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, that's our show for today. I'm not sure what's next week. We'll talk it over, and we'll see you another time. See you later, everyone.
See you later.